Hey guys, it's another amazing week. Welcome back for some more math tools. We have been learning and practicing and working so hard using this great toolkit to learn to solve math problems. Because really in kindergarten, a big goal that we have is that I can use tools to solve problems. And of course, super important, I can show my work for addition and subtraction. Now, parents, I know that some of you get nervous because you think these math problems are way too easy. Here's what happens as a kindergarten goal. We want the students to practice with simple math problems to 10 so that they become fluent. And when I say fluent, I mean that they see these problems over and over and they build up that capacity to solve problems without help. We don't want to give them ginormous problems and a new tool. We want them to use the tools to solve these simple problems. Our goal is not the answer. Our goal is going through that process to solve to get an answer, and doing it often enough that you can whip out any of these tools at any point, solve any problem, small, or as the math progresses, larger math problems. We don't want to scare children, do it too hard. It's kind of like a book. Math and reading are so much the same. You won't give them a book that has ginormous words just so they can learn to solve them out or to sound them out. We want them to have a book to read that makes sense. And that's how it is with math. So don't be worried that maybe these are too easy. We want them to build up that, what we call fluency. Just like reading fluency, there is math fluency, where they just get that comfortable state of solving simple math problems. And it really is very important for kindergarten. And our kindergarten goal is addition and subtraction to 10 fluently to 5. Okay, so that's kind of where we're coming from. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring out a new math tool today. Mrs. Z is super excited. We've been using lots of different math tools. If you've seen us other weeks, we've, of course, drawn pictures. We have used the 10 frame. We've used the tower, and my tower is gone. No! We've done the tower. We've done manipulatives. We've done a lot of really great things, and you're learning so much. The math I'm seeing is great, and I appreciate you always showing your work. Today we're going to learn about a tool called part-part-whole. And the idea with part-part-whole is that you have a part and a part, and you're combining them to get this whole total. With subtraction, it's a whole total, this total, and we're pulling a part and a part. So it's called part-part-whole. Now, if you were in our classrooms, each of us, each teacher, has a set of these amazing Zupal paper plates that we have collected and kept and treasured. Anyway, we have these, and we would be using and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. Now, because you do not have access to these, we want to give you other options. So, if you are doing this math today, there are many options you can do. I have created for you a worksheet that you can work on that has an animal paper plate face that you can print, or you can draw any animal. Draw a nice big head and nice big ears. That's really the important part. Or you can go around your house and collect things. For example, this is just a plate and 2 cups, and this ends up being my part, and my whole. So that I can put some in here, put them all on the plate, and I'm doing my math. You can also, if you happen to have, I have these because I don't like my foodies touching, gravy and peas. No. Anyway, so it's, again, part, and the whole, or the whole and the part and the part. Okay? If you have that, if you happen to have, if you want to make it really easy, sorry, going down, I just found a paper plate, a couple of cups, and again, part, whole. Okay, so that's kind of the idea today. If you even just want to draw circles on a page, you don't even have to do the cute animal. Any of these are options for you to do the idea of part, whole. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me kind of explain just a little bit more about this part, whole idea. So when we're doing it, don't we have a slide? Sorry. So when we're doing addition, this is how it works. For example, if I saw this equation, I would see it, say it, and then solve it. 2 plus 3 equals, oh, usually that 5 wouldn't be there, but that's okay. We're going to ignore that for a minute. So I'd say 2 plus 3 equals, oh, I don't know. And here's what I would do using the part-whole method. I would take and put 2 objects here. That's where they should go, okay? And then I would add 3 more. Why 2? Because the equation says, hey, you're starting with 2. You're going to add 3. That symbol's super important. And then what I would do to come up with a solution to the problem is I would drag them all right there. Just like that. Isn't that so cool? I know. He's a magician. So then here's my 5. And when I count them, I can clearly see that that's how I would get that answer, 5. All right. So I've taken the part and the part and made the whole. The 2 plus 3 equals the 5. Okay. Now, you'll want to practice this quite a bit. So even if you make some flashcards and practice different numbers, there will be a practice page included with your email that we send, your attachments. But if you want to practice to get pretty good at this paper plate idea, you can do that. Another fun way is to roll the dice and put some in. You can also do a thing called ring the bell. You ring the bell or make a sound, and they put that many, bring it all together. So a lot of fun to do that. All right, let's take a look at subtraction, because subtraction is different. Now, here's how subtraction works. Subtraction, you're going to see a problem, and you're going to go, see it, say it, solve it. 5 take away 3 equals, oh, let's see. Now, here's where it's a little bit different. The 5 is now the whole, okay? So you're going to have 5 go here. And once the 5 are here, you're going to look at your math equation and go say, take away 3. Take away 3. So I'm going to take away 3 of my objects and make them go away. Now, this is the point where you can say, hey, there's 2 left. And imagine in your mind that those 2 are there. Or you can literally move them up to the top, and there's your other part. The one thing I don't want you to do is get tricked and say, well, 5 take away 3. Yeah, that's 3. Okay? You want to make sure you're kind of keeping track of where you're putting your parts and then your solution. Remember, those 2 are there. And again, parents, we would do this over lots of days, and the kids would practice numerous times. They're not going to get it right at first. They may or may not, and they may need practice. So again, that's something you can practice. All right. So I have today my favorite plate. We're good, right? My favorite plate. Hey, did you know it's going to be a frog? And I'm going to pull out some manipulatives. That's, again, something you're going to need today, is something to actually do the math. So you're going to want to have something, and again, you're going to see an equation. For example, you're going to see that, and you're going to want to see it, say it, solve it. 1 plus 3 equals. And again, it might zip-zap right to your brain, and your brain is going to say, oh, I know this. That's great. I think it's amazing if your brain knows this. But now, show me. Prove it to your mama, prove it to your brother, prove it to me, prove it. That's the next step. We do want to see that work. So I have 1 plus 3. So I'm going to take my froggies, dump some out here to make for ease and convenience, and I'm going to take 1 and put it in the first one. Okay? And I'm going to add 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I have 1 in the first one, 3 in the next one. And then I'm going to move them all down. Now, when they get all down here, I'm going to give you just a little hintsy. I love to line them up. I've seen lots of kids in class that when they go to count something, they will line it up. Makes it so much easier to count. A pile of something is a little harder to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I have part 1 plus part 3, I get 4 parts. All right? Let's practice with one more. Like I said, this is going to be better if you have a plate. In fact, if you want to pause really quick, go grab a little plate, or something that you can do with the manips and stuff, you can do them right along with me. I would love to have you doing that. That would be so amazing. All right, so here's our next one. I'm going to dump these back. I don't want to keep them there. And I'm going to do another problem. Here's my new problem. Ready? It is 2 plus, I'm going to do it this way. 4, whoa, I wrote it way too low. Oh, all right, so here I am. I'm going to see it, say it, solve it. 2 plus 4 equals, remember, I'm not scared when my math is that way. I hope a lot of you have asked your brothers and sisters, does it really go that way? Yeah, it really goes that one. So here I have 2 in the first one, because my 2. I'm going to add 4 more frogs. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and again, they're up at the top. There's my part and my part. I zip them all the way down. Please don't hold yours in the air. This is not recommended. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to line them all up and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 2 plus the 4. And I get the answer of, Daddy, put a little 6 right there. Okay. All right. Now again, this will take a little bit of practice. Mrs. Z does not expect you to learn it as fast as she is speaking. We just don't want to be here all day and make you watch a 30-minute lesson. We just don't. We really don't. So here we are, going a little fast. Don't be scared. You can always watch it again. You can practice at home or anything. You're in control of what you need to do to practice as much as you need to, okay? All right, let's take a look at some subtraction problems. Now again, subtraction is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to be placing our items in a different place. So here's our first one. We have 5, and we're going to take away 3. And we're wondering what that equals. We're going to see it, say it, solve it. 5 take away, or minus, 5 minus 3, 5 take away 3 equals, and as I'm wondering, 5 take away 3, I'm going to take 5 of my frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably should have done something that stuck. So there's my 5. Hopefully you can see my fiber right here, about to fall off the plate. 5 frogs. So I have my 5. And this is where I'm going to go, ooh, take away 3 of them. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 and put them up in there. Now this is where you can say to yourself, well, 2. There's 2 left. That's the answer. They're left there. You can take them up here if you want to finish your whole part. But if you want to, you can just leave them right there. Your answer is, great job. 5 take away 3 equals 2. All right. Let's take a look at another math problem. Did I already do that? Did I say 5 take away 3? Is that what I did? Okay. So let's do, I don't even remember. 6 take away 2 equals. Okay, I'm going to see it, say it, solve it. 6 take away 2 equals. Can you see that I cannot remember to write math problems this way? It's funny because when we have meetings with other teachers, the first grade teachers are like, you need to teach those kids that they do math both ways. And we're all like, okay. So that's why we write in different ways to kind of help you out. All right. So here's my CSA solve it. I have 6 take away 2 equals. Sometimes it'll click in your brain. Even if it clicks, doesn't click, this is what we're using the plate for today. So we're going to start with 6. Are you sure I didn't start with 6 in the last one? Did I do it wrong in the last one? If I did it wrong, I am so sorry. 4, 5, 6. Mrs. Z needs to not tape at night. I need to do this in the morning when my brain is fresh. Brain is fresh. Here we go. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 froggies. And I'm going to take away 2. I'm going to take 2 of them, put them right up here. Now, as soon as I take away those 2, bam, there's my answer. If I want to move them up to this, I can. If I want to leave them right in here, I can. Again, I just don't want you to get those mixed up and go, oh, 2, 2, 2, the answer's 2. So I've got to be really careful. 4 is the answer. Okay, just be really careful. All right, 6 take away 2 equals 4. Okay. Now again, I'm sorry, I really do talk fast. I love you, man. I think you guys are amazing and working so hard. We just want to make sure you understand that you do have options, lots of tools that you can use. This is the tool called Part Whole. You will use it again in first grade a lot of times, and it's a great way to kind of see how you have two, put it together, or you take them apart. Thanks again for visiting. Have a great day, guys.